Hello everyone, I'm Chastic44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we went and looked through Port Maj Harbour and took care of a few other things that we needed to. Gorechi Street, we took care of some looters, and over in Satahuzi, we talked to people over there a little bit and got the whole beating thing settled and straightened out. Now, it's time for us to leave town and go to where we need to go next. Which is exploring the island and seeing what we can find. Now that we can travel. Although I do think we should head south because there were two spirits there that we might be able to let Jyoti send onwards. It is possible. So let me take a look at this. So there's the dig site on the east end of the island. Valaria's Rest to the south. We'll head to Valaria's Rest, inform our companions, and see if we can do something about the one or two ghosts that were down there. Seems fair enough. It won't take too long, it's just a short trip. And I'm sure they're gonna want to know, hey, we found civilization! We're working on ways to get our ship back together. Also,
should have known you'd come out of this in one piece, you old crank.
I'd rather die than let you savor the ship's last drop of ale.
huh.
Irena's in good order. I spied the leg. Few days rest and she'll be up in the rigging again. Thank Magron.
Okay, I guess we can't actually tell them about this.
What a mess.
Unfortunate. What about the ghost here?
At least my leg don't hurt anymore.
Well, I guess we can't do anything about him. This was a waste of time. Ooh, there was something I wanted to look at. This, what does it count as? It does count as a shield. Okay then. Her lantern counts as a small shield. Good to know. Okay. So that was a waste of time. There was something on to the west on the island that I'm actually curious about what is. So we have known locations, sure. I'm not going to any of them at the moment. But I am going to go take a look at this burial site. Huana tribes traditionally heap their dead onto pyres or give their bodies to the deep sea, but mounds like these suggest that Rangas of honor, wealth, and distinction were buried nearby. A tomb rises from the earth before you. Its stone exterior is well wrought and decorated with reliefs of Tangaloa and Ngati. It likely houses the body of someone important to a local Huana tribe. So, Tangaloa is Barath and Ngati is Ondra. Search location. You take some time to search the burial site and find a yellowed scroll. Keep searching. A handful of common gemstones in a small leather pouch. And find nothing of value. You've rummaged through the whole burial site. There's nothing left but the dead. Okay, it took time, but we got through it. That's pretty good. Now, let's get back to exploring and see what we can find. Including the Apoho Waro Woods. Interesting. Something to look at, I think. Let me drop a save and we'll take a look in here. Alright, what is this place? Thick woodlands spread to the east of Port Maj, slowing your travel. Birds flitter above you and insects drone incessantly. The path eventually gives way to a game trail, then to no path at all. You find a curiously marked tree, the bark gouged away in a pattern. The striations seem to run upward from left to right, just shy of vertical. Examine the markings. We'll go with you. Adair examines the gashes in the wood, then plucks a tuft of hair from the side of the tree. Wild boar did this. Adair taps the tree. Look at this. A sigil has been lightly carved into the wood, so faint as to be almost imperceptible. Continue cautiously forward. You press carefully into the forest, your clothes damp with the humidity and the water dripping from the trees above. A quiet rustling in the underbrush draws your attention northward, deeper into the forest. Hide into the undergrowth. You duck down in the undergrowth, only to knock loose a log that had been leaned against a tree. You watch helplessly as it falls over, dragging behind it a vine wrapped around a dead branch. The dead foliage crashes loudly to the ground. Yeah. The sound approaches and a tall Amawa appears through the vegetation. Matted red hair frames his head while boar hides drape his form. Stranger still, several wild boar attend him, their hackles up as they snort at you. Oh dear. He is not happy about us, I imagine, but hopefully we'll be able to persuade him not to try to kill us. Adair perks up at the sight of the boars, alternately imitating their grunts and chuckling. Only at length, in what appears to be a heel-dragging afterthought, does its attention at last turn to the strange man in their midst. Dirt darkens the folds of the man's skin. His lips curl over jagged teeth. He waves the stick at you.
No, never talk. Just go. Leave this forest. Go leave these islands. Go return from where you've been.
His Adiran is halting, the language thick in his mouth. I mean you no harm. Can we just talk?
Said as if a word never hurts a person. You go. Speak quickly then. Your words disturb this place.
What are you doing out here with all of these boars?
Learning. The boar teach much about survival if one listens, if one watches. So sing. So say those who know.
Those who know? And who would that be?
This question helps neither of us, I say.
Well, it sounds like you're speaking of Galawain.
Always you foreign sorts speak of your changing god. I say you know nothing of change, and less of the hunt.
Look, I just want to pass through this forest.
No, your sort always want. This forest is not yours. This land is not yours. Go, leave.
I'm hunting a god. If I fail, your islands will not be spared his wrath. The man frowns, then pulls a leather-wrapped pouch from within his belongings. Hands shaking, he hands it to you. Ooh.
Then go, take this. They protect you if you speak true. They tear out your throat if no.
He dismisses you with a wave. Well, okay then. That's a way out. So we got Wise Teeth Necklace. +1 intellect, history, and insight. That's actually pretty nice. That is perception. What is your perception again? Currently 15. Intellect. I think I could do with the intellect boost before that. So this one I will give to Adair. Oh wait, you're already wearing Night Market Amulet, Religion and Stealth. Yeah, you can keep that. It's yours. So you'll get this.
Adair, look what the Watcher's given me. It's pretty as a picture, ain't it?
Really? It's just something nice. Alright, let's move on then. Got through that. So I'm guessing that was a druid, and we have an old battleground. It isn't always easy to judge who fought or why, but what belongs to the dead. But what belongings the dead leave behind is a legacy that anyone can claim. The site of a recent battle spreads before you. The bodies of the routed force still lie where they fell, though most have been picked clean by scavenging beasts. A cloak of protection. Ooh. And there's nothing left. But, cloak of protection, definitely a good thing. I will give that to me. Thank you very much. That appears to be everything past that forest. Okay. Moving on, we can now explore this side of the island. Does appear to be something to the south. A solitary rice farm. It looks bountiful enough to welcome trade. Oh! Well, that's interesting. Rice, tar loaf, and rice wine. Okay, that's actually very interesting. Not that we need any of it, and... Oh! Giant footprints. And Wakura Pass. Alright, let me drop another quick save. Alright, let's look in Wakura Pass. The trail before you seems thoroughly disturbed by erratic tracks, the sparse plants to the immediate sides of the path roughly mangled. A struggle may have occurred here. Search the area. Adair makes sense of the chaos within moments. No blood spatter suggests it was not a fight, and your compatriot easily identifies the clawed prints of his Zhaorips. The tracks seem recent. Adair makes a dry and ropey vine has been pulled taut across the path and inexpertly covered in dirt. Beyond, a group of robed figures cringe and cower at a nearby river's bend. Each is frozen in place, ashen and gray, like statues crafted of soot. Disarm the trap. Though the trap seems simple, you take care as you disarm it and collect its component parts. We gained a corrosive cloud trap. We can sell that. Search for the Zhaorips. You hear a series of quiet chirps and growls ahead and make out the movement of small forms through the undergrowth. Sneak closer and observe. You creep closer, parting the grass for a better view. A handful of Zhaorips hiss and snap at one another, shaking their spears in their scaled fists. They stand over the apparent source of their argument, a small pile of loot likely stolen from other travelers. Ambush and attack. You creep forward, drawing your weapon. May as well take care of a bunch of Zhaorips who have been, looting. And probably killing. And they don't see us, so we can get close.
See a soul in the darkness. I'm ready for reaping.
Alright, get on killing.
Missed.
Down goes one. Okay, stealth detection, we know about that. The rate of... Oh! Oh, that's interesting. Items can actually knock people away. That's interesting.
You like that?
Stonetooth is that one's name. Okay, you can go into... Okay, cleaving stance attacks many. This, that actually seems like a good idea. I am going to switch over to this.
After him.
Come on. Oh, that's pretty nice. Thank you for the healing. Down goes that one. And the last one is dead. Okay. I don't know why all of these statues are here, though. That's a little concerning. Yeah, what's with all the statues? I've never seen that before. Oh, I can actually... Wait. I know why. These are people who have lost their souls. We have seen this kind of thing before. Back in the first game, in all the areas where one of the massive things that would steal souls were, we found these beings who had lost their souls. That's what that is. Oof. Aothas is taking souls, and that is not a good thing. See if there's anything down this way. And it looks like there is. A bunch of hardtack, sure. We have the dig site up here. Okay, that's something. Some fresh fruit. A shipwreck. You stumble upon an ancient shipwreck. Its sails hangs from the main mast like cobwebs, shredded by cannon fire and vicious winds. The ship's hull is cracked and bowed, but there may still be something inside worth salvaging. Sift through the wreckage. A chest full of coins. A hammer and chisel. That's useful. Nothing of value. Some usable ship supplies. 20 medicine. More medicine. More medicine. And that's everything. Okay then. Looks like all we got left is the Ingwithan dig site. Well, I guess we can take a look in and at least get it started. Let me again drop a save first. Alright, into the dig site. Let's see what we can find here. Hopefully we'll get some idea of what's going on. Oh, we leveled up! Okay, definitely gonna do that. Alright, so... Again, I'll put a point into mechanics, and a point into diplomacy. Because I'd like to get diplomacy high. I get one ability to choose. I can take Into the Fray, or Confident Aim. I feel like Confident Aim would actually be good. Into the Fray is nice for charging in. I will say that. I'd basically be able to get in immediately, but it's not that bad a thing. This is... Yeah, what is Aware again? Extra Perception, half graze is converted to hits. And prevents a single interrupt. So it basically makes sure that I hit more off. I have less critical failures or the like. If you get what I mean. What are these? The enemy's armor rating significantly reduced for the next attack they receive. Allows the fighter to pull allies to safety if they choose. Doing so will not harm the ally. Interesting idea, not too sure. What about these? Aware is now changed to Intuitive, which is actually pretty good. Tactical Barrage now also gains Acute, which is Intellect, not as good. That costs 2 discipline. I use a discipline for this. I think Confident Aim is a good choice. And I can gain a new weapon proficiency. I think a war bow, because I do want to have a bow. A bow. Because I tend to like using bows. It's perfectly fine. Bows are a good choice. Alright, there we go. Adair, you're up next. I think continuing on with your survival boost is a nice idea. And a boost to athletics is also not too bad. As for you... You know what? I'm gonna give you Discipline Barrage. No. I'll give you the Confident Aim too. And also a Warbow. Well... An Arbalist? Me a Warbow, him an Arbalist. Not a bad idea, I think. It would allow us to mix up what people use. I'll go with it. And Jyoti, your turn next. Alchemy could have use. And religion is something that you should have, because you are a religious person. As for spells and abilities, let's see. We got you Bless, and we got you Pillar of Faith. I could give you Weapon and Shield, which lets you hit better. What are the other abilities? Let's see. You've got the heals. This basically means everyone in there is strong, which is not too bad. Lowered defenses. I don't like spells that much because it's so easy to end up with just unable to do anything and wasting a spell slot. Iconic Projection, though. Returns health to allies, freezes enemies. If you're further in the back, that would actually be useful, but you're generally right in the front attacking people. And if you're attacking, this basically boosts the weapons you have for 30 seconds. Which is an interesting idea. Resolute is resolve and concentration. That basically means anyone who walks up gets knocked down, which, It's good for setting up traps. Maybe not for this. I did put Filler of Faith for a reason. The others, I don't care very much. Hostile effects suspended for 10 seconds. I've also got... Okay, that doesn't matter. Weapon and Shield seems like something I'm gonna give you. We'll go with that. You have the crossbow, you have the hatchet, and you have the small shield. You don't really need another weapon. Not in my opinion. Although, letting you have a mace as an alternate is not the worst idea. That way you'd have something that can smash things if need be. So I'll give you that. So you'll have that as an alternate. Okay, and of course, people are not doing well here. And it's a decently sized area, too. Jyoti bends double, hands resting briefly on her knees before she wipes sweat from her brow. Huffing to catch her breath, she glances up at you with a bright smile.
If you'll spare me a minute, I'd like to perform a last rite for these poorly departed souls.
She reaches for the lantern on her hip.
Please, Watcher. Without my guidance, they might have a hard time finding the light.
I'll allow it.
Mighty kind of you.
She grins happily. With 2 intense strides forward, she unsheathes her sickle and lantern, fluidly swinging each in a series of well-practiced movements. Chanting, whirling, weapons slicing the air, Jyoti's voice lifts and falls in an invocation, a summons to any departed lingering in the area.
This here's a final call for all souls. Last stop for the lost. Gather round now, I'll cut you loose and haul you into the light.
Swinging her lantern faster and faster, Jyoti plants her thighs wide and she thrusts her arms up high over her head. The lantern rattles in her grip, and the light from within flares blindingly bright. In the silence of your held breath, it almost seems like a soul should sift up from within one of the corpses, quivering in the air before siphoning into the lantern's fading brilliance. But the ashen bodies are bereft of souls, and so in the end, Jyoti's light fades without acquiring anything. No good.
Well, I had to try.
Her triumphant smile ebbs from her face, leaving her expression as drab as the mud smudged on her cheek.
It's my honored duty to reap and shepherd departed souls during their journey to being reborn. With Aethys dead, me and the other reapers gotta gather as many souls as we can. We'll keep them safe until Gon returns to Hell and can take them into his divine embrace.
What do you mean?
I'm keeping lost souls. And here.
She taps the metal frame of the lantern.
And that's all I care to say for now. Let's go.
Okay then.
Leave it to me.
That is fine enough. I can at least look around up at the top here. picking the various plants and the like. Oh, damn it.
Got it.
Okay, so there's a ladder over here that I'm not going to bother taking. And this is a way out. Oh no, we can keep going around. Just a bit. Okay, that seems to be it. And while yes, there is a ladder as an option, I am not going to take the ladder. So, this is going to be a worrying thing. I think perhaps I should end this episode here. And next episode we'll go down in there and see if there's anyone still alive. I don't know if there is, but we can still check. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Adair, and Joti. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. And I shall see you all next time.